room up here when we heard the crowd absolutely erupt. This is the 9-10 ace. We've got round number 17 ready to queue up for you guys, whilst the MongolZ fans are cheering behind us. I want to see this one in person because all I could hear was just the screams of the crowd.
Well, 9-10 had a fantastic game as well, and this round is empathizing that entire thing, right? Hitting all the shots with the AWPs, being flashed off positions, and again, look how he's walking into the duel. Look how he's forcing the Vitality players to fight him. And the fact of the matter is, he's just pulling out the duels, going for it again. They're playing with full confidence. I hate to use that word, you know, in a sense that, yeah, players have to play with confidence, and it's such a vague term, but I think this game is a great reference for that. All the MongolZ players were feeling themselves, they were playing with confidence, and they believed that every time they took a fight, Mari, that they were actually the better players than Vitality.
I just love that 9-10 continuing to be the best player in these playoffs.
He's en route to be the MVP of this tournament.
That is the most unbelievable storyline, that he humbled FaZe, that he made Pain look pedestrian, and now he's sticking it to Vitality. Like, if you took the nameplates off, if you didn't even know that this was Vitality in the server, you think this is just some random Mongolian team that the Mongols are beating down on.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see 9-10 play this well. It's crazy to see the Mongols play this well, but I also do want to say it is map one. It is their own map pick. It is Mirage, and so far in this tournament, they've looked hella good on it. They haven't lost on it. They haven't given up double digits. We expected Vitality to come in here and probably beat the Mongols 2-0, but if there was a ticket to buy your way into this grand final for the Mongols, if there ever was a world where they could potentially dream about winning the entire thing, they had to win Mirage. It's the fashion they win in that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, what was lacking for Vitality in this one? Because obviously we saw this happen. There was a little fumble versus MongolZ, but that was map number 2. When you're starting a series off like this, a grand final at that, are we worried for Vitality moving on to map 2?
I feel like this is a rare game where I saw ZywOo start kind of slow, and he sort of caught up, but he didn't actually ascend. Usually you get that point maybe 7 rounds in, 10 rounds into a game where ZywOo just starts getting 2K after 3K. And, you know, I don't want to boil it all down to him. It's a team game. MongolZ wasn't getting too many kills on his anchoring positions towards B either, but usually he's the guy that just saves them. He is the savior of this team, and this time around, he was getting killed. Like, Techno actually won one of his 1v2 clutches against ZywOo. Like, he tapped him out as he was waiting for ZywOo to peek into an angle. So those kinds of moments are all fading the way of the Mongols at present.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily getting worried for Vitality just yet, because we have seen these weird games, you know, throughout the tournament where they just completely lose it. We had Apex standing here yesterday in this exact position saying that, yeah, I don't know what happened on Inferno against MongolZ. We didn't show up whatsoever. Then we all saw what happened on map number 3. We all saw what happened when they bounced back immediately into it. So they've shown they can do that. Same happened in the group stage. Legacy, they lose 13-3. You think, what is going on? Then they went on a clean sweep and just destroyed everyone. So in terms of Vitality and where they're at right now, that is one to forget. There's nothing they can take away from Mirage and use on Dust 2. They have to forget all about it, and then they have to make another bounce back, which in fairness, they have done twice.
Yeah, you've just got to move on at this point. Put this one in the rearview mirror. But looking forward to Dust 2, it is a curious pick for Vitality, right? There was a case to be made that maybe they should have been going with the tried and tested Nuke. What's your takeaway from this pick, Maui?
So the argument against Nuke is that the Mongols have won that twice in a row against Vitality. However, I feel like if you're Apex, your entire legacy as an IGL is almost grounded on Nuke. He's been so good at it with every iteration of all of the players he's had, it donning the Vitality jersey. So for him to move away from it here, to me, it's a sign of he recognizes this matchup and they can't find a solution. So going to Dust 2, it almost, in a weird way, feels like you're trying to fix something that isn't really that broke against other teams. It's just been broken against Mongols. All in all, I am a bit scared for Vitality. I know they have the potential to bounce back. I wish it was on Nuke, though, just because they can settle down. They can reset so much better because they control so many of the situations so much easier and comprehensively than Dust.
I slightly disagree in the sense that they have to start on the T side if they were to go on Nuke, and I don't think that would be great right now for Vitality. It's harder, you know, to get into the game on the T side. On a map like Nuke, you do face a potential situation where you lose the pistol, you lose the first buy round, and then you find yourself on a very difficult T side versus the Mongols playing on all cylinders. So in a way, I'm almost happy that it's Dust 2. That's an open map. That's a map where all players can express themselves. So if everything we talk about, with ZywOo being the greatest of all time, with FlameZ having impact, with Messi, you know, getting the flowers that he finally deserves, with Rubs being a fantastic signing, that's a map that is basically enabling all players to express themselves at any moment because it's such an open design. So if Vitality truly is the better team with the better players tonight, at least they get a chance to show it.
But either way, Mongols now just one map from making history here in Austin. But it's going to be a tough feat to be achieving as Dust 2 does await on the other side of this break.
Shoot him!
Do it for the fans.
Sorry.
Ninja.
That was tough.
Now, they say everything is bigger in Texas, and that's certainly true down in the Moody Center as we are down at the Alienware giant laptop where I've got Maui for scale for this big bad boy. Teams have got 3 minutes to get as many kills as they can on repeak by refrag. Our first duo up to bat, we have got JL and Imi from Na'Vi. Welcome to the stadium, gentlemen.
You got some shooters.
What's the technique, guys? You're
No
going for the movement, you're going for the
No
lineup
technique,
and the
zero
shooting.
practice, we just started now.
Okay, ready, guys?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, what?
Did I hear a dink? Okay.
Okay, good.
Firebox.
Shuhei in the back is yelling out fake comms. I like it. The distractions are there. It's a really arena setting that we're getting. Get a good pre-aim in there. Long-range shot and shot on the
Go
misses
forward.
guy.
Sorry, my bad.
Wait, let me check. Nope.
Okay, 45 seconds left.
Oh shit,
45 seconds.
Wait, where is it?
One more. They need one more.
It's fine, yeah.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Gotta get some more kills, guys.
We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done.
11.
Time is
That was
up.
tough. I'm not gonna lie.
It was okay for a while.
That was tough.
Okay, so we've had Na'Vi. They did a pretty impressive 29 kills. We've got some competitors waiting in the wings, and I hear Maui, they've been practicing a lot. We got Team Liquid, Shuhei, Ultimate, next up to back. Come on in, guys, come on in.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Chill.
Okay, we lost 3 seconds.
No.
All right, it's a rocky start. It's a bit of a rocky start, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, that's 2 already.
Ninja.
Can you
Oh,
see
you
the
can see
shadow?
these pro players have better eyes. Okay.
Oh, you need to move around a little bit, you know? Oh my god.
Oh my God, the spray.
Oh,
Ready?
swing.
Oh wait.
It's okay, come
That's
in,
getting
please.
into your time.
Come on, guys. Come on. Do it for the fans. Let's go.
Send it, come in.
Where are you getting shot from? Rain Love's playing there.
You got 5,
Get this
4,
one. One more.
3,
One more. Get one more.
2,
Oh, spring dress for this. Spring dress for this. Shoot it! Nice. Nice job, guys.
Okay, suspense, it's killing me, Maui, but it's time to announce our winner of the Alienware Giant Laptop Competition. It is... Na'Vi! Congratulations, guys. Any winning words you want to say to everybody rooting for you out there?
I mean, first of all, it was too easy. We beat them by 1 kill.
It was all rigged. We all know it.
All rigged.
Hey, sure, you can give it another go. You can get
We're contacting Isak.
Yeah, as you should.
I've got Na'Vi legend and major champion Zeus with me here, live in the grand finals. Zeus, what do you think of this crowd? What do you think of this culture?
Hello guys, very happy to stay here. It's like very big tournament, big arena. It's a crazy major and very many people, USA, really many fans, Counter-Strike. I don't know why, because this is not popular game in USA, but here it's like full stadium and I like here. I like it. This crazy emotion. It's cool.
We do love that. I got to ask you, who do you think is winning this major, Vitality or MongolZ?
I really think about, oh my God, it's like Vitality have more chance. I won't win Vitality, but it's crazy. MongolZ maybe win this major. What? I don't know why. This crazy.
He doesn't know why. We don't know why. We'll wait and see what happens.
I'm sure the crowd would love to be seeing that become a reality, but one more map separates them from potentially sealing that fairy tale run. That is going to be Vitality's map pick, though. Dust 2, MongolZ choosing to start on the T side of things. How does that tee us up coming into the second map, Jason?
Well, first of all, I mean, you gotta like 9, 10, and Senzu have actually showed up. That was a big point for us, so that's going to be a dangerous point for Vitality. And you put them on a map like Dust 2, Dupree, you know the open space, the skill can shine. Vitality might have actually walked themselves into a trap, and this map could be very, very dangerous.
I'm very excited to see if MongolZ can keep up the high level, because Vitality was nowhere to be found, but they were shell-shocked at the MongolZ sheer aggressiveness and the way they turned up on Mirage. Apex was probably the only one that decided to show up on this server, and his teammates has let him down a little bit. If there's one thing that can get Apex fired up, that is when his teammates is not playing well, and I guarantee that is a talking point that they've had throughout the break.
I bet that was a very intense talk they had in between the maps. Apex was probably on their ass right now because they just got punched in the face, and the fun thing is, with champions, when they get punched in the face, they come back harder. And we've seen Vitality do it a number of times in this run, but man, a tough prospect on a big stage.
I think a lot of us, we're questioning the logic behind this Dust 2 pick because we're talking about the openness of this map, the ability for it to get scrappy, it get very, very messy. Why do you think Vitality have gone with this, maybe instead of the more, I guess, presumed pick and tried and tested with Nuke?
Well, obviously, Dust 2 is a comfort pick for Vitality. It's a map that they've played a lot. It's a place where ZywOo can be very active. He can roam around a lot. He's the AWP player, and I've talked about many times that Dust 2 can be the AWP's paradise. And obviously, we need to see ZywOo step into the superstar shoes that he has. So for Vitality to find themselves down in this grand final, that has been very unexpected. But obviously, that will also be a case where he needs the rest of his teams to step up. We need to have some more out of Flamesy. We need to see Robs be more activated on the lurks. There's a lot of things that Vitality has to do better.
I think you're 100% correct, but for me, I put it all on ZywOo. He's the best player, and the difference of ZywOo in 2025 has been his willingness to be the guy, his willingness to step up and say, I'm not going to let my team lose this match, lose this map. That has to be the ZywOo we get in the server right now. He's got a humble 9-10 and keep him down for the entirety of Dust 2, but ZywOo can carry this team to a third map.
I think he undoubtedly can, but there's a hell of a lot of people cheering for the Mongols, not only in this arena, but all the way over in Mongolia. This is coming at you live from Ulaanbaatar, the capital city. 4 in the morning. Look how many people have shown up. That gives me chills, that gives me goosebumps.
This is absolutely madness. What a support they get from their home country, and also what a support they get from the crowd in here.
Yeah, I mean, why not? How can you not after that first map of play? That's been so exciting. That's the crazy thing. Watching them show up on a stage and not have any fear in the grand final. They've beat all the questions we had for them in this run, and now in the major final, they're reaping the rewards. They've turned the corner. They're not afraid of the fights. They're not afraid of the names, and they're having fun dumpstering Vitality.
And they can feel it. You can see the emotions going on. You can see the emotions going on. Right now, they are feeling it. They're feeling everything inside the server. They feel their teammates. They can feel the hype. Everything is just going crazy.
I'm curious to see how the live odds have shifted now that the Mongols took that first map handedly for the first time probably in history in this head-to-head. They're the favorites, but is that the reality? Are we going to 3 maps, or do the Mongols take it in 2?
We're definitely going to a third.
I can't see a team like Vitality not letting this go to a third, not taking it to a third map.
Well, potentially the Mongols have an opportunity to make history here tonight, but it's going to be a tough challenge on Dust 2.
You can believe your eyes, Austin. This is indeed happening. 1 map in the Mongols' back pocket.
This could have been Astralis versus Ents or Berlin, or it could have been them versus Avangard, a match that's ended 2-0 to the favored team, but instead we got Mongols taking a map, already making history here. But Apex said it after this whole long season of winning. Nothing is without the best of 3, the final, the grand final here at the Major. No career is complete without a Major. No Major is complete without a crowd. No crowd is complete without noise. So Austin, let's get loud!
Dust 2 is where they rebound if they're gonna put up any sort of fight. Vitality, folks, down a map, but the desk said it. When the favorites get hit that hard, sometimes they come back swift.
Yeah.
So let's see if they can, because there's no doubt in my mind that they feel like a shell of themselves after that ass whooping on Mirage. Rop sits down in lower tunnels. He will wait, 3 players ahead of him, those dual Berettas ready to roar, ready to get this game back under wraps. But instead he's toppled, and so Vitality will get a single-man advantage, and the Mongols have a chance to redirect. But not for long. Flashbang off of Catwalk, well-timed. Unfortunately, Flamesy unable to get the kill right there with it.
Yeah, they get the info, but it's only worth so much in this spot still early in the round. This duel will be the next most important. Oh, and I don't know if that's one-way street on the information, but you see, maybe it wasn't.
He's still looking. Oh my God, this is timing. This is timing.
Oh, he missed him on the pole. He could not see him.
Turns and shoots him in the back of the head, so we go 4 versus 2. Much needed pistol here, just for the spirit of Team Vitality to come alive on this second map. Because Mirage was miraculous. Not just a win for the Mongols, but a total shutdown of the world #1. But don't you remember this exact same feeling when Vitality picked up the first pistol, converted for 3 rounds, and then the Horde came running at them for the next 13?
That's right, and that's even scarier when, you think about the scoreline. It was so much propped up for Vitality's side, even by that pistol and their conversions. So they know they've got a lot of work to do, and it's the kind of game where, you wish you could hear what Apex said to his team, because that's when he gets the most fired up.
I would pay for that pep talk.
Yeah. And we've also seen him be very gracious to his teammates in their dark moments recently, only adding to their resilience, I'm sure.
Whether that's in between rounds or in between maps, if you want to be remembered as one of the greatest in-game leaders of all time, then you need to be a leader of men. You need to know the human psyche and how to pull players out of those dark pits of disappointment and self-doubt. It's made easy versus pistols. We saw Vitality confidently taking these sorts of fights at the beginning of Mirage. They will do the exact same. We walked the same road as we did at the start of map 1. 2-0 start, Vitality.
Yes, it's clean, and there's no plant on this round like we saw last time. Money's going to come in a little bit slower. We've seen some heaters from the Mongols on Dust 2, but no one's testing the map pool of Vitality in general. This is a series that's destined to go 3 maps, dare I say.
That's a bold claim.
It can all change with a little change of scenery. Vitality will call that one a warm-up and move on. Let's see if Mongols can give them an early shock here.
Nothing from Mezi on the spam. They're already all climbed up. Everybody for the Mongol squad, prepped and poised to hit this site. And off a few pieces of utility, they're ready to roll. So Apex with a FAMAS and a well-placed grenade. That is a good amount of damage across the board. Another piece of utility hits the perfect point of that pack. And now MongolZ has lost his teammates within that site. Somehow 910 connects to the headshot. MongolZ closing this distance. Wild move for him to get into the action off of the flash. It takes down the front runners. Chance of the recovery. But again, it's this early damage that is stacked against them. And so Vitality will successfully shut down that first gun round.
Yeah, that was excellent from every perspective. All the utility, all the peaks, all the teammates rotating in. Great use of the HEs here. And sometimes the Mongols, HSP is so good. You get them low, it doesn't matter. You still have to finish off the frags. Well, here they do it.
Look at that
cash. Specifically for a cat take. That is game planning.
Bada boom, bada bing. A bombardment as they tried to get out from that smoke.
3 grenades on the ramp. Not ones in CT spawn to be used slowly.
Half buy in response, send to scout.
That looks like a slight risk. Normally we see the cache of utility in CT spawn.
Sure.
But what did we see from the Mongols last game? They took lots of slight risks. They took lots of off angles. They took fights on their own terms. That's what won them the map. And I'm sure that's what Vitality are telling themselves for this game.
Throughout the different stages of this major, we have seen the Mongols and Senzu with that scout on this map pull off crazy mid kills. Vitality, I'm not trying to sign up for that fight. There is not a whole world of tools to work with for the Mongols. They meet smoke towards tunnels at 50 seconds.
Senzu, professional hybrid here on the scout.
Yeah, it's a team that taps into that double op when they can. More than most nowadays.
Absolutely.
Senzu, scout notorious.
Might be the only team that does it with their star rifler, though.
Sure.
That's something a little different.
Ooh. Robs will get there in the end, but as he goes for the reload, it would make sense for them to pop and pounce right here, right now. Bit of a contest towards the door, held back by the mid support. Rocks back flat, all's good
Crushing.
for Vitality. This one, no point of entry.
Stay focused, stay alert, Mongols. This will not be easy.
It'd be one thing to step up to this challenge, this Goliath that is Vitality, if you already had at least some sort of trophy case to go for. But how many teams do we see step to the brink of victory only to crumble before they can take that most important final step?
It almost always happens, absolutely. Rare moments, sometimes in America it happens in history. And we treasure those moments because they are so rare. But rare for a good reason.
That beast will be on the Mongols' back all series long. Apex keeping it mobile. Mongols leaning back.
There's nothing that'll keep you focused, though, like knowing your family's up at 5 a.m. watching your game. MongolZ, there's a great tactic. Tail end of the smoke.
He's going to put one down right in front of him, try to change up the spot.
They'll blow it open and reveal the plans.
A wealth of grenades on the other side of this, but the Mongols aren't chucking them out just yet, and MongolZ leaning away from that climb up as Mongols go over top. So it's positioning for them, but don't forget, Bomb still sits outside of the tunnel, so this round cannot suddenly become a full commitment just yet. And it feels like Vitality's willingness to continue to press themselves up against this underdog has to be their flex. So we see the challenge. We get a glimpse of ZywOo signing up for fights, but nobody's home behind that smoke, so he'll sit back on the angle.
This duo right here, Robs and MongolZ working together to stop this split. They've got to call for some help.
Here it is, double molly. Great shots from Techno. Tough job for MongolZ. And so he'll shut down the mid play, but total mid control goes over to the Mongols. They are comfortable inside of that B site. 5 rounds into play on Dust 2. And the Mongols look to secure their first. But if 9-10 goes down here, and he will to Apex, coming at this from the CT spawn, knowing damn well that Techno's still in tunnels, they can take the test to the bomb site in a flurry. This is Vitality trying to play in a flash, working it up, moving quickly, and killing the support away from Senzu.
It must be him.
No multi-frag this time. 5-0 straight from the favorite.
Oh, lots of good damage. Didn't find the clip off. Flamesy coming in from long was a thing that caught 9-10 off guard. His teammate nearly could have died rotating in from Fastcat. But we see the opening kill tactic here for Vitality. This is good active defense. This is them playing to win, absolutely. And they had a hard time holding onto the site. But they made sure they didn't even really have to get into a retake situation. As soon as that bomb got planted, they were already there ready to fight. Mongols absolutely know how close they were. They got a breakthrough round last game to get them started. That's what they're looking for here. That's what they did versus Pain as well.
Exactly, almost damn near identical.
Yeah, they know how to create momentum. One timeout will get used.
You still have to be able to find that breakout moment. That one came close.
Team Vitality not going to get pushed over. Flamesy, 7 kills yet to die.
There we go. That's the kind of start the Vitality squad need. Across the board as well, there's already been this affinity for the B site, so MongolZ and Rops will continue to have their hands busy. Gonna take this chance blitz.
Really?
MongolZ has other ideas.
Full
now
eyes
all
on
of a
it
sudden,
early.
they're looking for a fast reaction. Rops lines them up, a ton of damage, and support comes over quick. Senzu gonna take a lick at it though. It's both players still with low health, and Rops has got this one box to work with. All he needs,
like a
piece
machine.
of cover, piece of cake. 4 kills.
A frame before death on that last spray. Perfect hold by Rops. And this was watching Smoke's game plan here, holding on the middle, making sure Blitz can't come out. We saw him do that versus MongolZ. Deep into overtime. Running out mid on a certain timing, looking for his duel. Vitality will not get caught off guard.
You know, 1 round ago, Rops did sort of get caught by exactly that. Player emerges, he goes down empty-handed. And if not for the retake, that was the breakout. But 6 rounds in a row for Vitality, and the Mongols are gonna have to stomach this reality check. Sure, phenomenal map 1.
Oh, it's actually a little awkward. Mauler comes out, 3 players intent on taking long control. Now, like moths to a flame, a little preoccupied with the idea that the push might come through. It's created the effect they're looking for.
Slightly off angle from Rops, gonna catch them off guard. Good damage off the Tech 9.
Just MongolZ.
Still no smoke for the doorway though, so MongolZ's vision good enough to duel. Ooh, they get a dink on him as well, and then this perfectly timed play on a blitz. Oh, the low health, he gets the player in the backdrop. That is a gift from Blitz.
How are you gonna approach this? ZywOo goes to the AK.
9-10 playing with a Tech 9. And they're worried about somebody trying to test the extremities. Bomb's ticking though. With both players on the kit, we've got that smoke grenade still for ZywOo. Molotov does not stop them from climbing through this window. Flamesy's gonna try to limit test, but as he does, he gets bested.
Yeah, he found it.
And that is Vitality turned away. 7 rounds into regulation, and your Mongols have broken through.
There's Blitz playing a little chess. That one Molly took so much damage to throw on long. Kept the 3 long setup preoccupied for just long enough. Mezzi coming out of the B doors to watch mid. They isolated Rops. Not an easy guy to kill, whether he's alone or not, and they got him with him only taking 1 frag. One simple tactic.
I mean, that's the definition of a Tech-9 drive-by.
And he remains unconditioned.
Sure.
Last couple times they try to fight in the middle, Vitality have done a great job of breaking that smoke open, waiting for him to walk through. But they look unfazed. Still, just a drop in the bucket.
Okay, change up here, Mohan.
Yeah, we got
Level
the RAWPZ ROPS.
Thoughts on that?
One of the hybrids on Dust 2's gotten an ace that I remember with this gun.
Ooh, wall bang damage though.
Man, nobody saw anything. Uh-oh.
Oh, Rops!
Instant trade. Great shot on Senzu.
Talk about playing with danger. You've got ZywOo low, but at least 910's also sitting on a quarter.
It's the 2 hybrids down. Interesting. We'll see if it was worthwhile.
Let's let the experts work. ZywOo versus 910.
Oh my gosh, look at the move. The risk that's being taken. We're talking major grand final here. The amount of smokes that are being walked through. Don't the CTs think they can have a moment to themselves where they'll get some respect?
Not only do you have that walkout on long, but you've also got Techno into this same position that Blitz unraveled it all from, but ZywOo doesn't like just sitting back. Thing is, he took damage there, 27 additional damage done. He survives that barely, puts a smoke down in front of his counterpart who carries that bomb. And we've seen them test smokes. They're looking to try it yet again. Flamesy sliding forward into the elbow lineup. And right there for him. Sitting ducks. And so now as he jumps into the cover, his 10-1 score dropped to 2. Mzinho 1v3 into the op. Will he find him crouched down? Headshot to the player in the back. That one looked damn close. But instead, Vitality find their rebound. Scoreline 7-1.
Inches away from landing that flick and putting it 2 rounds in a row together. The least likely op to see.
Then we are playing confident Counter-Strike.
Yes.
Both from the Mongols on the walk, out long, out mid, but also these moves from ZywOo. That deep commitment out of Flamesy. Apex just crawling in the dirt through that CT spawn. Gun round right back, and we're gonna remain aggressive. The Mongols trying to continue to play with this tempo. It is pace on Flames to fall back away from the corner. He will get out, but not unscathed. Again, early map positioning for the Mongols.
They want to play expensive CS here. Only the finest equipment in for Vitality. The ops can be very impressive. You have to be careful because they can't have that same impact if it comes to a retake. These early round situations are so important. But as we've seen, the Mongols are walking out on a lot of angles. That's the perfect recipe to find your op frags. Oh, that's a bad gap. Oh, on 910. That flashbang made him click.
He's hitting that every day of the week.
They go fishing for that, and this is where it gets a little scary for Vitality. Holding on to sites, going in for retakes now with 2 ops, this gun can become a liability.
But again, right, we get this proactive
They've pulled
move.
the goalie. It's the right call.
They get out. Turning is Rops just in time to catch it. They've got a nade out, but Mzinho goes for the cross. And so they're going to leave this open line for Rops. And with the teammates' flash going inwards, Rops is not going to find anything more than the 2, but it's a fast move from Mezzi behind them. They are getting pushed into this bomb site. It is the Mongols corralled, this herd with their backs turned. Dealt with swiftly, Senzu's response, but he's gonna find the fire in front of him, and so he's got a hold. Nade takes him down to 10, and now he looks for Mezzi's head. A triple, and finally Senzu comes alive. This is his playoffs.
From a machine gun in groups to Senzu with the AWP. He makes history here for the Mongols.
You show him a shoulder and he will take your soul. Scout and pistols for Vitality. This game just opened up for the T side.
The wallets are empty.
They need the X Factor. They need that special Zywoo moment coupled here with Rops. Senzu looking to yet again get in with impact. His support comes up from top mid.
Oh, they take him
Zywoo
out.
with a shot that rocks Mongols for at least a moment. And in that moment, Flamesy's got his hands onto the AK-47. There are tools to be grabbed here for Vitality, but the op of 910 recovers it. That deep angle through the staircase of the tunnels, only his 4th kill of this map.
For a brief moment, they had info on all 4 players. Now
They're going back.
Keys will start to fan out. I don't know if this will be heard. Mzinho, will he walk it to his grave? Yes.
Right
quick.
when you need him, Zywoo collects a second, and with it, a gun. Recovery mission in full effect here in round 10 of the half. Still a ton of utility for 910 to get them out of here. His kill in lower tunnels is why this one's still alive. Blitz finds timing on Apex. His counterpart bested. We go back 2v2.
A left turn. Blitz comes back. Senzu here to try to catch Zywoo, and the shadow works in his favor. Now it's got to be the 1-on-2.
At the very least, Blitz will play with Bomb. And at the very least, he has them separated, but that clock ticks against him quickly. This man has digged deep into Mongolia to find talent to step up to the biggest stages, and it is time for him to shine. But with Mezzi on that back of the site, his hands are busy. All Mezzi's got to do is stop this plant. He'll step forward and do it, and that is the X factor needed. That is what Zywoo does.
Absolutely. Perfect timing. It's never flashy with the guy who's there just in time every time.
You just said it best. Every time this round started to go back to the Mongols, Zywoo made another move to try to win this round. First, stepping up off the connector. Secondly, over towards long doors. And then finding that free kill with shadow advantage inside of it. The Mongols spiral back to the half-buy.
Let's try to alley-oop 910. Going into lower tunnels, trying to pull that lung rotation. But Zywoo stayed vigilant.
Round like that sprinkled in for the Mirage victory of the Mongols. Now they get a taste of their own medicine. Sounds like Ulaanbaatar in here.
Better hear some damn horses.
No, sorry, just one goat. And he's playing much better this time around. 10-4
Yeah.
Zywoo at the moment.
Yeah, you had to, really contextualize a lot of rounds to give him credit in that last game. Good kills here and there, openers that Vitality needed, but ultimately, what was the score at the top? Abysmal.
Man, this utility is just so well timed. Suffocating in a way, but
that's a miss.
Pistol will drop down into the CT spawn. This makes things curious. Oh! Get turned on. Zywoo does it right back. But in doing so, he's given up a chance for the push out from the catwalk, and plus now long control over for the Mongols. This is Zywoo attack from both ends. That's how you've got to best him. Together, they pinch on long. And so with lesser weapons, the Mongols put that bomb down, and a curious position here because it's a lot of money on the line for Vitality. They can take a chance at this retake. Mezzi's gonna get flashed through that smoke, and he'll get the one up close. How about the second in the background? Tries to chase him down, Rops will clean it up. And so we go clutch to clutch yet again. This is where Techno does his best. Missed op shot means Rops has an open door, closes in on that distance to the bomb, which is not planted for the upper. So it's real damn nice that he hits it when he needs it.
Get everybody on this team up. Oh. Filthy shot from MongolZ and a filthy response out of ZywOo, but ultimately look how overstressed his position was there on Carr. That split came in. And he can only spin around so many times. Oh, great find here.
These two going back and forth.
Yeah, brave move. It's a 2-ops. Coming in again, MongolZ has one.
In contrast, very little for Vitality, but they'll put it all on the line.
He actually just hot swapped. This push.
Opens the door for Apex to push, but all close proximity. ZywOo's back out, smoke down in front of him. You want it? Techno will take him. But what they don't know about is Apex, and so he'll drop that bomb with the off-top mid, and then MongolZ's into the action. Now that is what we've come to expect. 9-3 on the half for Vitality.
I mean, unforgettable names in all through Counter-Strike. I mean, there's so many in every single generation. I think usually it's someone who's able to kind of break the rules of that particular era, someone who kind of unlocks this vision of the way they want to play the game that other people can see and build upon. One of the first I'd name is Snacks. Defined how smokes could be used, the way he played around.
Red Bull gives you wings.
With the taste of white peach. The new Red Bull Summer Edition. Wings for your summer. That he developed with the Brazilians, and Fallen's just in some ways a complete package of greatness. Device was someone who kind of mastered the textbook of Counter-Strike and always played within its limits to its maximum potential. ZywOo is someone who just has incredible consistency, sharp with the AWP as well as the AK-47, extremely versatile, and he's a star player that doesn't demand a lot. Simple's greatness came from the fact that he just beat the game. He's the best player to ever touch it. His motivation at some point was, I want to put on a show. I want the crowd on their feet as I decimate you inside the server.
Simple, are you serious? What is that? You can't do that, Simple.
And that level of greatness is really hard to achieve and might not ever be achieved again. For me, I think the GOAT conversation is a fun one. Device is the greatest CSGO player of all time. 4 majors, 21 MVPs, 20 MVPs. He was the center point for the greatest team of all time of that Astralis lineup. And then we get to ZywOo, and he's going to take the mantle of the greatest player of all time. It's just a matter of time before everyone kind of gets on board and accepts that. Someone like MongolZ, someone like Donk should be next in line to have some kind of a GOAT status conversation. You need the major trophies. You have to have them. Donk's already got one in his first rookie year. If he's doing this in year 1, where is he going to develop into? But it's competition and it's Counter-Strike, and things can change in a heartbeat.
Yeehaw! We are here with MongolZ USA. They're supporting the Mongols, they're cheering on. Tell me all about this. Why you're cheering for the Mongols? What they're going to do right now?
Okay, so pretty much the Mongols are just like Cloud9 in 2018, and Vitality are pretty much like FaZe Clan. They're the U Giants. They're the best team in the world. They're a super team. The Mongols, they're a top 5 team, but they haven't won much all year. The Mongols got to take down Vitality. They got to win. It's so similar. But Vitality are going down. The Mongols are winning this major.
You heard it here first. MongolZ USA says Mongols will win this major. Let's go!
Feels like we're looking for something miraculous here in Austin. Quick temperature check. How do you guys enjoy this grand final so far? Remember, every step of the way, we could be standing on the brink of history.
I see the red thread between Mongolians and Cowboys.
Okay.
It's horses.
I got you.
There we go.
Well, Got to wrangle this goat in ZywOo first because he has found his impact throughout that first half. We saw them getting into the nitty-gritty, those half-buy rounds. But here it goes. MongolZ CT side feels like Goliath is getting back up in this series.
Yeah, we got now more of the same from their previous series. Some good competitive rounds, but an overall dominant scoreline for Vitality. Hopefully MongolZ talk shop about what to do next. And they played this team enough times, they knew it was going to be this difficult.
That's a tough amount of damage for Senzu to have to deal with. Little jump through blitz. Good on him for still dropping a player with him. It's tough to recover that one, but he will smoke down into the CT spawn, and the MongolZ will rebuttal with one of their own on the door. Techno puts those Berettas right down beneath the window. If the tunnels player gets out, that's one thing, but backside was supposed to belong to the MongolZ.
Oh, crushed.
Instead, Vitality just come raining through the window, and with that smoke still down towards CT spawn, it feels like it's a long road for MongolZ to get into this site.
No, absolutely. Got nothing here to work with. CT's starting to peel back. It's a proper attack here from Vitality. You can see they crack open the middle of the map. Yes, it cost them a player, but once they get that smoke down for mid B, the rest of their utility gets him into the site easily. Might be a quiet death here for MongolZ on Dust 2 if they've got nothing more to give.
Oh, it can't be any more quiet than Vitality going out of Mirage.
Yeah, you don't pull out you don't pull out victories like this without winning at least one of the pistols.
God damn, Austin. Would you look at this? Glock up close. Good hustle through the doorway. Just good team play from Vitality. They're spacing here. You can see in the highlights all these kills ready to be traded out. FlamesZ was in bottom middle. Even if those Berettas started to get crazy, it's these deep lunges from the T side that really made things awkward for MongolZ. Double scout buy between Blitz and 910. Curious that it's not in Senzu's hands, but Blitz is looking confident the way he takes this towards top middle. Hearing that utility coming up from Suicide, though, is going to make him play a bit more timid. Back towards the doorway. Him and 910 looking to combine in middle with these guns.
Finding chances to get these openers without anybody peeking him. Vitality bleeding seconds off the clock, but they can afford to lose. It's actually very good here from Vitality in terms of exactly how quickly they're coming in. No resistance. The later the round goes, the harder it is for the CTs to find these opening kills. This is what a perfect anti-eco looks like.
Well, the Blitz is here with flashbangs, and Mzinho, if he finds a bunch of bodies blind, maybe he tears through this cat hit. And there it is, perfect flash and a bunch of damage. ZywOo is going to be sitting on 30. Rops looks towards the reaction out middle. You can see the MongolZ a bit flustered, trying to come and help their captain. Rops cutting them down to size, one by one. But the Desert Eagle finds its answer. And Senzu would love to get his hands on a better gun. Blitz, scout, connects, ZywOo, bested, and more damage done. It's 2 health remaining here for MongolZ. And as Vitality try to push up against this site, here comes Senzu from the back line.
We got one.
Connects it through the smoke.
2 HP.
And if only he had a frag.
MongolZ has the bomb, but he doesn't have time to get to the other side. He's got to plant. Senzu, will he be able to cut him off the pass?
No, he doesn't try to stop it. MongolZ hands busy. If only he had some way to do damage without giving MongolZ the chance. The one golden shot's what MongolZ needs. He swings.
Oh!
Confidence.
What a move. He planted long plant, push towards Cat. I can't believe he took that move.
Oh, what could have been with this one.
Wow.
Mzinho finds a stack of blind bodies.
Such a good read, right? He thinks Senzu, as he is going to try to bait out some information over the top of a box. He plays like he has 100 HP. It works to his favor.
Yes, keep it
You
fucking
are,
going,
guys,
boys.
you are amazing. You are a fucking amazing team. I love you guys, for real.
Yeah.
I love being in this team. Thanks for that, guys. I swear, thanks for that. The best team of my career so far, so let's fucking go. Let's win the fucking major together and start by now. Let's go, boys.
Let's fucking go, boys.
That's not the hater I remember coming out of the stage.
No. He may not like you guys, but he sure as hell loves his teammates. And like I said, leader of men. To get everybody rallied after a deflating loss. No easy ask of a man who plays against the world tonight. Scout shots connect through middle. He doesn't need to see you, he can sense you. And I mean, Zywoo's giving you some shots, those tracers, what Senzu's looking to lock in on. It's a magazine, a scout down, and half of Zywoo gone. But it's gonna have to be 4 spies for the Mongols. Where we are on the highway to map 3 in this grand final.
That's a
There it
headshot,
is,
dog.
headshot. Not able to snap it down to the player to the doorway. Does have a teammate to work with. Mezzi able to get the better of the scout in the background, but again, this damage just keeps racking up.
Yeah.
And so this fast-moving MP9 gets caught.
Mezzi stuck out mid. Does he get this kill?
Oh, yes,
he
he does. Full recovery from Vitality. Another situation, just like Mezzi in the last round. Zywoo, 2 health. Catches the player getting a little rambunctious. Mongols thinking that they've got Vitality sinking in round 15.
They can counter a spot just walking out of mid. They're trying to look for him. 9-10 trying to think ahead.
Bomb's already gone. Robs has that full health, and so
Wow.
9 rounds to go. Mongols want to force OT. It is a huge mountain to climb.
It's a great try. Senzu fought hard just to keep info on mid on this eco, but it's so well played here for Vitality. You can push them, you can test them, but they don't get scared. That's what Mezzi proved in that last 1v1. That's what they prove here on this anti-eco. You're not dreaming, kid. You are in a major final.
Does it again. Zywoo down low, off the bat, trying to work his way down middle. Scoops up bomb as Mezzi waits for some kind of a movement over on long. Senzu in these last couple rounds has been more than happy to just take chances. Any damage early could come back to cost Vitality, but they don't seem too intimidated about taking up the space regardless. Blitz has found a nice little pocket of comfort here behind the stairs. Gets into Apex, and now Flamesy's low as well. So the Mongols, again, working with less, or at the very least getting in their damage.
The easiest time to win this game is now. Mongols spending every dollar to make this happen. Damage, but no kill once again.
Just get all the damage in, but the kills are so elusive. Blitz finally able to collect 1 frag over top of Zywoo. He has done a great job of thrusting his team to the top of the board. Him, Rox, and Mezzi, all 17 kills apiece. But the long flank gets caught out again. Mzinho is bested in a critical duel that'll give man advantage back over to Vitality. Can't forget about that early damage, though. Could damn well be the reason Mongols try to extend play here on Dust 2.
Looking for one more aggressive move. They bought some time on the clock. Famas gets a frag, no refrag, however. And they cheat over to the site that Vitality were thinking about going to, but they've got time to change. This one might come to their captain.
Oh, they go raw duel, head to head.
And here it is, Apex versus Blitz.
All right. Apex has got the health to work with. Blitz is gonna get mollied out of this position, but he will hit that headshot, burnt to a crisp. The kills, they're right here for the taking! Whoa! A wall bang that could have been, but we go 1 step closer to overtime. The first step of a massive ask. I hate even saying the word out loud.
I mean, especially versus Vitality. Who's ever made that comeback so far? Who?
I'm at a loss.
They're used to getting to 12, or even more used to getting 13 first. Good try in the end. They keep it really expensive here for the Mongols. But they themselves clearly suffered some losses. It tagged both ways. Techno and Zywoo down half.
Looking like a bit of a fixation on long. You could get the wool pulled over Mzinho's eyes. When he's gotten active through that doorway, it's been at the Mongols' cost. But look at this move towards top middle. We got bodies here for the Mongols trying to catch Vitality off guard. Looking to fight fire with fire.
Oh, get that damage off of the scout. No tag back either. can't believe it, man. Blitz is just so comfortable moving into all of these spots.
Again, though, trying not to throw him under the bus. But this long fight is going the way of Vitality all too often. Minute 10, and they've got an open road.
Blitz secured incredible information. Now there is Wops that's just waiting outside to come back in for the re-aggression. The T's, however, are going back. This might be so smart.
Yeah, I mean, going all the way. Ooh, and the Moody center falls silent because the end of the Mongols feels near. ZywOo is going to serve up a great distraction over towards Long. You see this preoccupying 3/4 of the Mongols. And ZywOo stops rattling those shots off, but Vitality still taking their time, silently getting up into the tunnels. The Mongols have no idea. This is going to be a B-site retake, whether the Mongols know it or not.
No, they get the info. Blitz makes the call, I think, executive decision here. No one's exiting the back of Long, and they took too long to actually get into the site. They're going to get met in the door.
All right, little hesitation. Battle's here to be had. Senzu hits the headshot. There's the recovery. A slight hesitation from Vitality gave that chance back over, but you've allowed ZywOo to attack the flank, and you have allowed the best team in the world to rebuttal. This was always going to be a challenge for the Mongols, and they set a hell of a precedent. But in a major grand finals, we will go the distance. Inferno up next.
They leave it all on the line. And they put together one of their more classic score lines versus a team they played a lot. Lots of single-digit losses to the Mongols. Vitality want to remind them that just because it's a major final doesn't mean it's any different.
But what Vitality needs to remember is that their Inferno is also on a weak foundation. This is where the win streak ended, and it's where the major ends as well.
FlameZ, good recovery, I gotta say, after that first map. Tell me, was it going a bit better here?
Well, it's a stressful match. Mongols play really well on the first map, and we played now good. We had good preparation, so we felt really confident coming into this, and we had to step up from Mirage, so I guess it was everything together that slapped us in the face a bit.
Can't possibly lose on your birthday. What is the task for Inferno? How are you going to bring it home?
Well, we're just going to play our game. We have a good Inferno. This tournament so far, we haven't showed it yet, but this is the moment to show it. And that's it. We're going to do our best.
Go join your team. Thank you.
Well, the Mongols start the series off red hot. I've got Mzinho right here. Mzinho, you got a ton of fans in Texas. There's a lot going on right here in this moment. What was the difference between the Mongols in map 1 and map 2?
At map 2, we can't show up ourselves, and everything didn't go bad, yeah.
And then if we look around this room right now, what does it feel like when the entire room is behind the Mongols?
Mongolia? Yeah, it feels very good, that whole nation cheering for us. And we tried our best to win map 3, yeah.
Last one I've got for you this, man. All the way over in Ulaanbaatar, they're watching Counter-Strike. There's a whole bunch of people in Mongolia watching Counter-Strike. You want to say something to them?
За хоёр дахь map дээр жоохон бүтлгүүдэд эхэлчлээ. Тэгээд гурав дахь map дээр Inferno бид нэр өөрсдийнхөө хийж чадах бүх зүйлийг тултална нэгэ давар авахыг хичээж байна.
And that's the Mongols, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, for Vitality, they're the big bad wolves in Austin right now. They put a stop to the Mongols' fairy tale run for now on the ground of Dust 2, but that is what we expect from a team, Peter, who have been performing at the highest level so far in 2025. This is the response we wanted, and it's what we got.
Exactly the bounce back that I also expected of Vitality when they come out with such a poor performance on Mirage. You know, the way they have turned around, the way that they were playing off each other, and you can just see that the team just stepped up to a whole new level in combination with their individuals, also actually showing grit. Like, I think we had, obviously, ZywOo, he was the talking point coming in. You know, Dust 2 is like kind of the Opus paradise. But if I were like to go into the Mongols room right now, and if I was allowed to go in there, I would actually just tell them, right, come here, guys. And I was like, guys, stop thinking about winning, because that is the issue they have right now. Stop thinking about it, because that's why they're playing poor.
Yeah, thinking too much on the end goal versus what's going to get you there. Yeah, for sure. This one definitely got away from them. I would say, like, Vitality, that's how you won the champions that we've had this year to respond. fun, but also Apex even says it in that team clip that was there that was like, thank you guys, I love being on this team. You could see some of that leadership, but he's also saying that because I guarantee between those maps, he was like, wake up. Somebody wake up and 100%. Come join me in this grand final.
That must have been an Apex team talk for the ages in between maps 1 and 2. But you mentioned team play, Peter. We saw it right off the bat for Vitality. It's round number 3. It's the first gun round that Mongols are coming in with. What was the story for you in terms of how Vitality responded?
I think it was more about the preparation. We can see that Apex chucks the first grenade in when the whole pack goes up, but he actually picks up another one, and he picks up another one. He just, there's like the way they have put all the grenades in this specific spot tells a case that they probably know that Mongols like to group up in the 3rd round when they get the rifles and just go for this very notorious group up catwalk strat that we've seen coming into Counter-Strike 2. And I think this is a showcasing that Vitality, they came in really prepared. Obviously, this is their map pick, so they know what to expect. They know what Mongols like to bring to the table. And then afterwards as well, we just saw how they were actually going for the retake, doing supportive flashes for each other. It wasn't just up to the individual, but it's actually the team play to set up the place.
Yeah, and I think it actually, that round leads into like a bigger picture of what like Vitality was trying to do on the map, because after that, I think Mongols got a little bit scared of catwalk. They spent a lot of time attacking the B bomb site afterwards, and it was like, oh, maybe these catwalk hits aren't going to work this game. Maybe Vitality actually have this locked down and prepared for us.
Very similar story when we dive into round number 5. Even when the Mongols do get the bomb down, Vitality having all the answers in terms of their retake too.
This was like a case for Mongols actually putting themselves in a great position. The first opening frag, he has great team play again, once again blowing the smoke mid to find the frag on Blitz. And you know, Messi actually tries to get away. This is the thing is now, once they actually get into a position where they want to try back to the B bomb side, they actually get drops quite luckily through the smoke here. Techno gets quite the frag, and that opens up the entire bomb side. You know, the mid player comes in, they still get the trade, they get the bomb side. But this is the case. 9-10 just needs to stay alive, because when he goes down, he also puts Techno now in a position. He doesn't get the frag, so now he has to rotate back. And Vitality, they immediately understand that the fact that he is in lower, that means there's only one guy on the B bomb side. That is where they know when to strike. This was a case of Mongols overthinking the situation and not actually just playing the B bomb side defense.
Making it too hard on themselves, I think. Like, that's like 9-10 saying, I need to get this kill for myself right now, but you have that crossfire with Techno, right? Lure him in. You can just chill. You've showed your presence.
Just play off each other. And 9-10 just stay alive. That's all that matters.
Techno's got next one, then I peek again, and it can be beautiful.
I think it's safe to say that we were demanding a lot more from basically every single individual from Vitality coming off of that first map of Mirage into Dust 2. And birthday boy Flamesy, he showed up. We got round number 8. There was obviously a hell of a lot of impact throughout this entire map from him, but it's great to see, you know, a rookie on this very stage, right? He's one of the few members of Vitality, Dupree, that hasn't won a major trophy.
Obviously, there's a lot on the line for Flamesy that hasn't won. So obviously to see Flamesy stepping up from, we've seen him have like plays where it's been going wrong for him. But here, this is a very like great play. Once you get the smoke on the catwalk, that allows you to go there. We've actually seen the Messina walked out long. I think they had a lot of space here that Mongols didn't know how to use, and that actually forces his teammates to. He probably calls that he wants them to attack on the catwalk side instead of actually playing on the fact that he's unspotted on long.
Yeah, and I mean, that shows too, like Flamesy sliding up behind that smoke on catwalk. You talked about the Apex preparation with the nade stack. It's like another indication. And actually, that was maybe like the 4th time in the game up to that point where I'd seen Mongols trying to execute through a smoke into a defender. Rops had a couple rounds of the B bomb side. He was able to spray one down. Techno got that lucky kill on him in the round you highlighted. But if you're in a position as a team when you're starting to feel like you're so tactically outplayed that all your hits and all your strategies are going through smokes, that's a terrible feeling. And that makes you feel very much like the other team is about 4 steps ahead of you.
Now, I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. 22nd of June, 22nd major, 22nd birthday for Flamesy right here, right now. Not to steal your old catchphrase, Dupree, but written in the stars, is it for Flamesy?
I mean, it's kind of, you know, he puts himself in this one to win, you know. It's like if we believe in like the overthinking and the superstitious stuff, then he's set up himself to have a really good showing. I mean, I think for Flamesy, it is obviously he's a guy that can really show, but he's also a guy that can disappear. I think we've seen both of this tournament. I think it's important, especially coming into the next one, is House of Inferno, where he completely disappeared yesterday against Mousesports. This is exactly where we need to see Flamesy step up the thing and go for the plays that he's really good at.
If he loses the grand finals today, how many birthdays do you think this ruins?
Probably the next 5
4 years, 5 of them, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be giving serious PTSD, man. It wasn't like the Mongols didn't try to fight back here, right? We can dive into round number 9. Once again, Senzu trying his best, pulling off an amazing performance here. It just wasn't enough in the grand scheme of things.
Well, obviously we praise Senzu for what he's been doing so much, and again we see the Mongols actually playing around where they put themselves in really good position, going for a B contact play that catches Vitality off guard because they want a guy down. They actually do a little bit of a fumble here where they lose too many fracture ups instead of actually waiting or trying to do it together, and then Senzu actually from Car getting a kill, but I love the reposition from him that he doesn't stay in this position. Messi actually comes in with a great flank, but look at the reaction from Senzu. He knows, well, he's actually forced out by the Molotov. stuff. To go out, get that double kill, that Vitality you do not expect. He picks up the AWP and starts thinking, what am I supposed to do? I have so much little health, I need to go for something, and boom, he gets the tap.
I know this is a clip talking about the Mongols positives, but I'm going to do what I do best, and I'm going to turn it into a negative, because 3 rounds won by Mongols in the first half, all 3 of them were won by those kinds of desperate clutches.
Yeah.
Like, they never got their foot in the door in an actual round. They never got to play with an advantage. They never really got to feel like they were comfortable in the round and had control of things. Everything was desperately, barely hanging on.
And that's the thing, it wasn't like they weren't trying to play that same fearless style that we saw on map number 1. It just wasn't working in the same game, right?
I actually feel like the round 3 that we watched, the way that they got demolished on the AXQ by getting naded, maybe that got a little bit to their head, thinking, okay, they maybe know how we like to approach the map. And after this one, I actually feel like Mongols went on a path that was not good for them. They went for a lot more individual plays. They started, trying to be a little bit of the hero of the guy. We lost a frag here, then that someone guys tried to sneak through a smoke, go out mid, go out long, and they just constantly died one by one and tried to group up and actually play. It's like they got afraid of actually playing the style that we know they can play.
I think the catwalk thing with Apex forced them over to the B bomb site. I actually think, Zabu obviously had a great game, plenty of players to talk about. I think Rops was the key factor to this, because once they switched away from catwalk and started attacking B, Rops spraying him down through smoke, taking down 1 or 2 players, damaging a couple players, pushing up middle with an AWP. He set a tone on the other side of the map as well that was just like, you don't have access to this either. So where are you going to go now? Catwalk's closed, B bomb site's closed.
Well, Jason, you brought up the Apex hype moment, so let's relive it one more time in this mic'd up moment.
Yes, keep it going, guys. You are amazing. You are a fucking amazing team. I love you guys, for real. I love being in this team. Thanks for that, guys. I swear, thanks for that. The best team of my career so far, so let's fucking go. Let's win a fucking major together and start by now. Let's go, boys.
Let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah, maybe just close your ears for that one.
Yeah, I did already.
Ever worked with. He didn't say that, but like sincerely, you can tell Apex means that, right? There's some people where they say those words, there's not the vigor, there's not the passion behind it. Apex is not one of those people. He only says shit if he means it.
And it's a cool moment to do it. Like, he's not actually being like super loud, super hypey about it, just very calm. They'd already had a huge lead up to that point, and that was the thank you for the recovery between maps. And I'll tell you what, I'd run through a smoke, 3 flashbangs, Molotov, and a grenade for him after that speech. I would do exactly that.
And that brings me back to what I said just before we went live with the first map, also for the second map, sorry, is that the fact that they found themselves in a position where Apex was the only one showing up in Mirage, and now he needed his teammates to step up. Now he also praised them back for actually doing it. It's great. It's great leadership. This
Positive
is exactly
reinforcement.
What it is.
Pavlov would be so happy.
Definitely.
Just because I'm going to be doing the final thoughts down on the show floor with the other 2 lovely gentlemen, Maui and Pimp, I want to get your closing thoughts. This is the final map of the major. We've gone the full distance, the third and final decider. Of course, it has to be Inferno. Give me your takes, guys.
I think if you want to talk about the mentality Vitality has, that match history doesn't matter, it's a major, it's all new, you can have the same thing about a third map in a major grand final. Nothing matters anymore. Everyone just has to come in on this one map. I think obviously the weakness of Vitality, that we've seen them get upset on the map twice throughout this event, is a little bit worrying. I'm going to still take Vitality to win it, but this map feels very 50-50.
I'm going on board. I got to go for Vitality. And I also think that the team that thinks the least of winning is going to win this one.
Well, gentlemen, I don't know how this one is going to be falling, but I do know we need to head things to a quick break. When we're back, Inferno, the ultimate decider, going down here in Austin.
On your mark, get set, goo! In the race for the ultimate sour goo taste, there's only one winner, Sour Goo Dunkers.
Hey, you! Me? Go for the goo.
Sour Goo Dunkers. Awesome goo at a store near you.
Yeah, so much fun!
There you go. What do you think, Rover? Come on, Rover. Come on. Rover, I said go. Go now, Rover. Silly dog. Red Bull gives you wings.
With the taste of white peach. The new Red Bull Summer Edition. Wings for your summer.
Here for getting that road trip out of the group chat. Here to help you manage your money so you can make it happen. We're here for it all, but budgeting and investing all in one place. TD, ready for you.
We've got ourselves a potty trainer. Look at her using pull-up training pants just like undies.
And if accidents happen, pull that up. So every day, think forward. Turn you stop. I'm a
always count T-Star try in for an instant therapeutic rush. Blends so seamlessly. Revive, refresh, repeat, Batiste.
It's so easy to switch to Fizz, you don't even have to talk to anyone.
Oh!
I've met Fletcher here, and he bought a Mongol shirt on day one of the major. But America's fallen in love with this team. Why do you love them so much?
Because Texas is all about cowboys, and all the horses are coming from Mongolia. We love Mongols. Let's go Mongols!
Let's go Mongols!
There is absolutely no denying who the crowd are rooting for in this one. But either way, we do fall to that third and final decider. It is going to be Inferno to decide who is going to be lifting that major trophy. Tell me a story about the Mongols on this particular map, Jacob. Why could they maybe be taking down the favorite?
Well, I think the story is more about vitality, to be completely honest. I think the Mongols have a realistic shot actually at winning the major. Jason said perhaps a 50-50. I'm inclined to agree in the sense that anything can happen now. For Vitality, coming into the tournament, in 2025, they had played Inferno 19 times, and they won 18 of those matches, which in itself is crazy. By far the best team in the world on Inferno. At the major so far, Maui, they played it twice, and they lost both times. So they're 2 for 2 in losses. Furthermore, they played 33 rounds on Inferno in this tournament, and they only won 7. They got smacked yesterday versus Mouse. They got smacked versus Legacy. Now, is that something to go off by? Then the Mongols definitely have a chance. But as he said, Jason, he said something smart. Doesn't happen often. It's a major. It's map 3. Anything can happen.
I still got to give the favorites to Vitality in this one. I can't mince words in that regard. But I'm glad that we got a little bit from Apex, motivating his troops. But I feel like right now, a lot of this actually comes down to his individual play. We know they're starting on CT side, and as Apex continues to etch his name into the Mount, or his face that is, into the Mount Rushmore of in-game leaders, he's going to actually have to do a lot of the fragging because, you know, Senzu, he loves running up banana, he loves trying to take it from him, so he's going to have to fight back. It's Apex.
We sound like a broken record every time we talk about Inferno, but the amount of fights that are going to be going down in that banana position. What's the story for Mongols on the other side of it if they're going to be, you know, trying to break through that Vitality defense to start?
Well, I want to make the comparison to when Legacy beat Vitality on Inferno. I think the Mongols can play the same brand of Counter-Strike, which is ultra aggressive early on. You speak about Banana, you speak about Apex. I think he's going to have his hands full in the beginning of the game. I think the Mongols will contest that area of the map, and I think they'll do it in an aggressive way. They're not going to sit back in T-spawn for 30 seconds or for 60 seconds waiting for the fights coming to them. They have to play Counter-Strike the way they did on map 1, where they take the fight to Vitality. And we have seen Apex, we have seen Vitality struggle on Inferno when that's the case.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, Sensu's the guy that's going to be right there up against him, and I feel like Sensu's got to do this for a few reasons. One, he's got to do it for Mongolia. 2, he's got to pay back Mara, who's put so much faith in him. And 3rd, he actually just has to pay his debt to Ben 10.
There's so many people behind the Mongols, rooting behind the Mongols, that is, we obviously a crowd favorite, undisputed in here. But did you guys see the pictures of the fan viewing over in Ulaanbaatar? That is insane. Imagine you're the Mongols in this moment, knowing a weight of a nation on your shoulders. Is that going to be too much for them to handle as we move into map 3?
I hope they haven't seen the pictures, to be completely honest, because that could be a little bit added pressure on top of what already is a lot of pressure playing in a major grand final. It's 6 a.m. in Mongolia. I hope they're listening in to us right now. You see some of the pictures right here on the screen as well. It is absolutely crazy. Imagine being awake at 6 a.m. to support your favorite Counter-Strike team in your home country. sincerely, I hope they haven't seen the pictures, Mario, because that would add a little pressure to me.
I mean, no matter how you shape it, that looks like a rave, but it's just techno on the screens instead of techno in their ears. It's unbelievable what the Mongolian sport looks like. And I know that America does love Mongols too, and I love that they're giving so much energy to them, but I just hope that they're not out of gas.
There's absolutely no ways there.
This is insane.
Shit.
This is absolutely insane. But when we talk about pressure, we do obviously have to be looking at the side of Vitality. Heavy favorites to come into this. We were talking about it all season long. 6 trophies. Is it for naught if they can't lift this one here today?
It's not for nothing, but obviously it would be a huge sting for Vitality if they were to fail to win this major. They are the heavy favorites. You look at the odds as well. Obviously, they are supposed to win this one. Now I want to put one player on the spot right here. Messi. He's going to play in pit, CT side. I think he needs to step it up right here. He's been doing well so far, but to have a Crumtamp who's going to do well in that position, to lock it down, that has to be Messi to begin with.
It all falls down to Inferno. One final map in the Lone Star State to see who will be hoisting the trophy.
Moody Center, from Boston to Austin, 7 long years. And what if we got map 3, Inferno, with an underdog on the server? You can't write a story better than this.
We've been here before. Austin, I want to just keep it real for a second. Tomorrow morning, all of us wake up and everything you've seen in the last 3 weeks is nothing but a memory. This is your chance to embody Counter-Strike yet again while everybody at home and all of the Mongolians in their country cheer on. So I want you to give it your fucking all. I want you loud. I want you proud. I want to fucking hear you roar. Because this is Counter-Strike.
Had to take an ear cup off just to appreciate that. Thank you so much, Moody. Let's get into it. Make no mistake, Vitality have been hit hard on this map. They've lost twice so far at this major. They have not won Inferno so far. Legacy and MongolZ. Between them, they got 7 rounds. The scariest part, Connor. 1 poor CT side, 1 poor T side. There's no consistency right now at this event for Vitality on this map.
Which is just so bewildering to say about the team that has been the embodiment of consistency throughout the first half of 2025. How is it that Inferno remains so elusive at the most important event of the season?
Oh, the guy with all the utility just popped up, took out Mezzi, and pushed the other CT back. Rop's looking for his way back in, but he's letting them go.
Whoa.
Oh, there's Senzu down. That's a nice find.
Give me more of that. Mzinho kind of stuck into this corner.
But he could just hold him back. He knows his power right now. Let's see how they fight this. Rops. Bullet between the eyes from long range. Apex playing retake. Good spot here for the MongolZ. Lost 2 pistols last time. Will they make up for it?
This B-site needs some improvement. This map needs some improvement. As far as Vitality's camp's concerned, we've got 1 kit here for Rops for the retake. You've got an incendiary and you've got a smoke grenade. Small pieces of a big puzzle with massive ramifications. Early momentum is what Vitality need to weaponize. And right now they want to get this retake going.
Missed the molly because the flash.
910's going to try to swing out from the pool. He's got Techno to work with. 2 kills from the back of the site. Flames, he's got the answer with a couple of his own. And this player up close is not going down. It's a nice fight. Techno, another one in hand, denied. But there's no time for this. Apex has got to run. He grabs the kit back up, and it's Mzinho to lock it in. The MongolZ will start this T-side run with a pistol.
Are ahead right now in this final. They got this pistol. They secured that site. This first pick, again, full kit of utility. 1 bullet ruins MongolZ day. All that utility comes into effect as they take the site. They have their cake and eat it too. A knife kill.
What a time to start sprinkling in the swagger.
That's a lot of extra money to be made after winning. Taking and defending Banana has been a problem for Vitality. Apex, as was called upon by the desk, has to be the one to contribute a lot here. And he has been playing well. He who wins Banana wins Inferno.
far, that's all this defense looks like. A smoke in front of all 5. As if a 1v5 on B site wasn't hard enough. Thing is, though, he's still working with a good amount of grenades, so he will refresh that smoke. But we've seen a lot, I think, throughout this series of the Mongols kind of pushing the limits on smoke grenades.
The thing is, sometimes you see a smoke like this and you don't believe anything, because would you block if there was a flank coming in?
Right.
You'd want to leave it open. I wouldn't be surprised if they run through this.
5-7, off of the flashbang. This is good from Apex. Slows it down for a second, allows for the other pistols to arrive in time.
He's waiting for a flash.
Mezzi's gonna just jump on through. He's got teammates around him, and those are frazzled Mongols players. MP9 unable to get the next one. This is Blitz with a big multi-kill already. 3 frags to his name, but you've got ZywOo into the clutch. Player over towards the pillars trying to get his hands busy. ZywOo's got a chance. And when there's a chance, there's a clutch for ZywOo. He is the pillar of vitality.
He saved this, denied the second round conversion. The 1-on-2, look at this flash. It's absolutely beautiful. He has to make up for that last map. Mongols did to him what they did to Simple earlier on in the quarterfinal. He's coming into this final tied as the highest rated player ever in a major playoffs.
Which is just amazing. Hell of a time to pull it off.
But it won't mean anything without this win. And certainly a lot less without his performance in this very final.
Exchange kills, top banana. That's going to send the Mongols back. So many questions about vitality on Inferno. Why did it start to go so wrong? And how do they stop this free fall, this abyss that is their current record on Inferno, specifically here in Austin? Utility's healthy still for the Mongols, and they've also got a bunch of space going for them. Rops is looking to get into the action. AK's stuck into the fight, but it's Rops and ZywOo. What other duo would you want to try to hold back the Horde? 9-10, the last player up. They do a great job on this defense to just keep Mongols at bay. No footing closer to that bomb site. No kill on the defense goes their way. And so that gut-wrenching feeling of knowing you went from winning pistol to being completely bottomed out economically now starts to sink in.
This used to be the map that was the one that Mongols could rely on, and they didn't really have a map pool otherwise. Now it's just a feature, not one that they pick, but one that they're happy to run into. A map that they took to round 24 the last time they played against Vitality. Vitality, no, they won last time.
I feel like within this series, there's been so many small mid-round moments where either team is just kind of taking that broad to their enemy, and this last round's such a great example of it again. ZywOo off short, Rops up into the apartments.
No kill off that, but they run through the nades. They're going all the way.
They're going strong. They're trying to catch Vitality entirely off. This is the kind of decision that could actually have further ramifications. It is a massive hole inside of this B site.
Oh, the counter util's fantastic. Running back and committing to the run back and falling back on their utility. Doing everything well here, not a single death.
The Mongols thought that the element of surprise was going to be enough for this fourth round. Instead,
what they needed was someone to start Hobbit. The triple need to take him out, and then they could run over the site, but no one was there. It was a solid call on the anti-eco setup here for Vitality. Apex can be proud of his teammates for where they used their utility from, how much space they gave up, but they knew where to draw the line.
you will often find Vitality players floating around in that perfect place where the nades did pop, just not this time. And so ready for something that aggressive. Here it is. Mongols bottomed out. Desert Eagles across the board. If the last round fell so flat, why would you have any belief in this one? The one thing if Vitality were making mistakes, giving early fights, offering an opening to the Deagles, that has not been the case so far.
They're going to look to slow this one down to a crawl when you see a buy like this. You want everybody to have enough time to work an angle, to take the fight that they're looking for. It's time to be greedy. You have a Deagle in play. You're trying to knock off a lot of health, take out a player, knock down 5K from the scoreboard. But you don't have the util. Go forward with any kind of exact, but you know what? They're actually crawling up quite quickly.
Again, trying to play with timing, but just the contrast. Much slower this time around. As I was going to catch the kill over towards the A site. That's the backup plan of the Mongols going south. And if the Vitality players aren't giving you a thread to pull on, then try to get tricky. That's what we see here with this blitz boost. Senzu loves to test these smokes, and he's looking to do it again. And that's going to catch them. MongolZ on the recovery. He had a multi-kill last round when they played it fast, but look at the radar. Look how far away they are.
He peeled back immediately.
MongolZ, that is what they needed. A lineup on players that didn't have armor. It's made that much easier for MongolZ, but it's just that fast move that could have, maybe should have broken down this defense. Techno's been a hell of a clutch, but with 3 players, I don't think so. Majority stand tall for Vitality. 4-1 lead early days.
ZywOo gets him back into this game. They run with it from there. Protocols are looking sound. They must have taken time to talk about their Inferno. The first loss was versus Legacy. That was some time ago. The Mouse loss must have been startling after that because it wasn't a close game. It was one-sided, and that's just not what we've seen from what is the strongest map in their pool, or was. But now it's become their most studied map. Now it's become the most predictable one to come into a veto. That's what MongolZ tried to lean into. And Vitality looked like they may have taken it back to the level that it was at before they came to this major. No better time to do it than now. Apex, the captain of this team, man. Looking for 3 majors across 2 games. And while other players have made role swaps, none as ambitious as trying to become the world's best IGL and then actually create arguments for it.
Fast move towards Banana. Techno has got his pocket. Gets burned out of this though. At least he finds Sanctuary within that smoke, but he is just zoned at the moment. Lucky to still be standing. Apex gonna hunt him down within that one as they leave a player still committed to the Banana. Again, there's been a lot of, I think, early support systems for Vitality at this B site.
Yeah.
If they're trying to find an improvement as to how to get back into their old Inferno ways, maybe this bolstered B site really is the key, because so far so good. They've got MongolZ walk back wounded yet again.
Their utility just looks so fresh right now. Everything is hitting exactly where it needs to be. You can see the health bars for the MongolZ. The first kill that comes out. Techno tries to push through a smoke because Flames uses all of his ammo. It's just a bait. Apex is watching that. He's very careful before he hits that reload button to make sure Flamesy gets his bullets back in his gun.
But within the absence of any follow-up down Banana, we do get the MongolZ, who look damn adamant about trying this one again. Still a little bit of utility to come out for Vitality. They've kept the coffers well stocked for this. Challenge through the smoke goes down flat as hell. Flamesy looking for temporary cover as Apex is here to relieve the pressure.
Oh, it's pristine.
Just absolute excellent B-site defense.
Get excited, Apex, because that is dream level play here from your team. Everything in position, everyone covering each other. Flash is not having the impact they're looking for. MongolZ, they're trying to get ahead of these flashbangs. There's even strats where you're designed to take an after image flash and run through it. You can see Flamesy catching the tail end of these, but before he does, he's in an active defense. He's not tucked back waiting for his teammate to take all the aggro for him. I love that fountain position.
It's the reaction of a man who's starting to believe. Very awkward for Flamesy, but I'll just say the fact he gets away with that.
Yeah, that just shows you how good the flashes are.
Another testament to the strong utility. Remember the last time that MongolZ tried to hit up this A site, it was that ZywOo short side ROPS in apps defense that just pushed forward and attacked at the right time. Again, they're trying to change it up. Great kill from MongolZ.
2, that's the whole site.
That's what they needed, right? The first instance of an X factor that comes out from the attack.
That's their way in.
You can boost over top of the smoke and you can still catch them off guard. They do exactly that with the fading bullets of that magazine. MongolZ connects onto Techno and the 910 slides down into the site, but he still doesn't even have a kill.
The best upgrade he can find is a Tech 9. We're talking about Amalia and MongolZ.
M4 for the player over in pit.
That one buys him some time towards short, but MongolZ, he's going to have to do so much here.
Trying to go for the reposition, trying to find that timing. They hear the feet burning. No way! This young gun steps up immensely. Apex will try to find the exits. The Mongols needed an answer. And by God, we found it.
Give it up for MongolZ. Both entries with a Tech 9 out of Halls. Versus who? Rops and ZywOo of all people.
Wow. And then the lineup.
Yeah.
So there's the sign of life. There's that half buy, pull through. In a situation where Senzu and 910, the two players that were finally having their best playoffs in history, are currently dropping the ball, 1 kill between them. And MongolZ gives you a little X factor to try to work with.
And now the utility's starting to work back in the other direction. They've taken some hits here even on this round, but went a little bit better for the T side. Now, the thing about chess is you have to wait for your opponent to go before you can go again. But Blitz, in this fluid game of Counter-Strike, he can create an explosive game of Counter-Strike at any pace he wants. That's what Vitality called the Mongols before this match took place. They have to be ready on all fronts. We see that early Hall smoke. Map control throughout the series has been pretty good for the Mongols. Sure. They paid inside a middle for Dust 2, but they never stopped trying to take it. And they overall owned it on Mirage.
This is a change up in the A setup in anticipation of another attempt to take down this bomb site. MongolZ's gonna get flashed in and he will drop the ball. There was no answer back. Rops leans further away from his earlier perch positions. ZywOo over towards the arch side, turns just in time.
What a pick.
Gets a second chance. Blitz though cracks it open from the arch side. And we're gonna go 2 versus 2 with the B site defenders halfway here. FlamZ still playing around on arch. In the time that it'll take Apex to get into play, FlamZ takes a glance over towards the front of brackets.
And 910's going graveyard. This is a big, oh, he runs back actually.
Still with 0 kills. Gets a flash of the presence over towards the library. Apex just dancing with the devil. 910 wounded down to 32. FlamZ getting ever closer. Apex getting away with a robbery. Senzu from the back of sight. Leading by example.
Baited that shot out from the library. Scaled with every single miss to follow. 910 had his best chance on that last shot and couldn't put it together. Too much pressure from Apex.
So the change up here for Vitality is to throw MongolZ in the front, and it still doesn't get what they need.
Yeah. Oh.
How many times is 910 gonna not shoot Apex?
That was the chance. Can't say he didn't put himself in a good spot.
Phenomenal.
Oh. Incredible shooting from the captain. MongolZ running through these timeouts. This half is certainly not over, but at this pace, you can't drop those 2v2s when you have the sight. The final map of the season.
What a treat. Look at this B defense. Oh, Vitality's starting to feel a little confident with this consecutive A pressure that's been coming out.
I swear the problem with them, playing against them, they're so hard to condition. I mean, something can work 3-4 times in a row, they'll still try to go for it.
I was thinking to myself, maybe they think that Mongols have less than they do. Trying to get aggressive like that.
They're really focused in on A. They put a lot into that single Molotov that came down.
Who's on the scene now. FlamZ gets that support system. For a series that's had a lot of pokes and prods in the middles of the round, Inferno felt like at first Vitality just wanted to react, but this round, I mean, that is an opening gambit that pays off into ult.
Flamesy's the guy you can leave alone in B. Every team he's ever played on, he's played Banana, oftentimes by himself. He's very good shoulder spotting, not dying to ops, making sure to use his utility perfectly. So good at getting those one-ways off back in CSGO. Someone so young won so much. And after this map, if he wins, we'll grab that chip. Not something you want to think about, but
slides out when he has to, gives himself a flash to do it again. And Senzu's able to dodge that flash, so the trade is good, if not a little delayed. We're gonna have pressure on this site again. You've got Apex within it, you've got Rops over towards the pit, and the support towards spawn. In the off chance that they try to take it into CT would have been one thing. Apex gonna have to go massive again. And he's getting in with the damage, a fast reposition, no way! He is tapping into something integral.
he's brutalizing them. He's playing like the champion that he is versus every generation's IGLs in this game. He's played against them all. When they played against Na'Vi, Rob said he's more nervous to play against Na'Vi because they weren't used to it. Apex said, I know how to play against Blade's teams. He can tap into that history. He's the one who won't get nervous. Pronax, Fallen, Kerrigan, Glaive, he has seen it all.
And so they reach 7 rounds. An elusive score for Inferno in Austin. Tons of utility pressure yet again as the Mongols limp towards this Banana. And we see this more and more confident Vitality starting to grow across the map from the alt-mid push of last round into the double up on Banana. Very passive here from Techno, but they're gonna go into the boost. Off of the reload, Techno slides down beneath. They don't know. But he is barely standing. And his timing could be to a T.
They won't know about
Back
this.
turned. Unsure about the boost. It's a fast recovery from Flamesy, but there's still an open gate. Blitz has got the bomb out middle, waiting for this kind of a peek. Him and Mzinho are gonna get it. Will Mezzi find these again from the same position as last round? Finds one and leaves.
They could keep the game alive with this round. 3-on-3. Rob's coming in from behind as usual. Gets spotted. Mzinho takes him down.
And Mezzi's got the gap. Whoa, he's not able to collect the kill. But that does give Flamesy a chance back towards sight, and already a good smoke to work in front of. That's just the right amount of cover, but they're still gonna play for the bracket side. They don't know where exactly the Mongols stand. And
that smoke.
That is gonna leave a massive gap on top of the route that Flamesy's already created for himself, but he opts to go around the barrels. And that is already Senzu locked in. You've got half health of the 2 players. You've got Mezzi trying to tap back into his ability to clutch. Not this time. A-side falls again. At the very least, it's a 3-round T-side for the Mongols.
Honest Days work on that round to get up to the top of Banana, take over control, get back to mid, all the way down to the 3v3. Every moment is a way back in for Vitality. They're there watching and trying to guard these spots, but Zywoo goes cross-side trying to peek into mid. Mezzi doesn't finish off his meal when he peeks off Arch, and this is how Mongols sustain. They'll force a timeout from Vitality for once.
So while that B site looks under lock and key, there is a chink in the armor of the A site defense.
Yeah, they found a gap. And they're really successful at taking brackets. You can see that.
Oh, yes.
Vitality have shaped up a lot on B. I mean, counting up this utility damage, it's gone swimmingly this entire half, but almost every single time they find a way to get their trades or get up mid. It's only that one anti-eco that got crushed.
Ooh, fire beneath him. He's gonna get some of the util out. While they've taken over bracket, we've had Vitality attack it into ult. We've had Mezzi maybe get a little too repetitive from that corner. But repetition will cause hesitation for the Mongols in this round. And very quickly, Apex is calling the troops over. They want to bolster this bomb site before the follow-through comes out, because you've said it, brackets looks good for the Mongols. They have taken it over entirely yet again with a minute on this clock.
They've got an interesting defense. I mean, they're on the perimeter. They're stopping what could be a B play. It feels like that Apex is worried about a split coming this direction, but it's not. It's going to be a full wrap. ZywOo might get full contact, but on a sliver angle, he'll actually try to rotate around. Now it's on MongolZ once again. Rob's in the mini pit to support him.
ZywOo, Hail Mary. Rob's head down in the little pit for now. MongolZ about to emerge out from the apartments, and Robs is going to be standing down beneath him. MongolZ looking like a shell of himself. At first, it's back turn. There's MongolZ with the drop and no scope at a ZywOo. What is happening? MongolZ in the corner, dealt with.
Another no scope.
Going gut shot to gut shot, back and forth. Finally, a man advantage for the retake. We've seen it come out 2v2. 11 health for 910 makes a world of difference. He has second thoughts. A chance to reload that op, but the element of surprise, it's coming out from Apex, and he will catch MongolZ. So now with 11 HP, he is going to have to pull this out from the same place Apex found his impact. Fantastic flash. No chance this time. Vitality take 8.
The flank round was so perfect there from Apex to come up through the halls. As you can see from MongolZ, he missed the one moment, like ships in the night. Apex got up into Boiler. That was the moment where 910's disarmed to the site. He gets flanked from behind, and that's the shot that ZywOo hit.
It's not the only one that he tried to send through smoke, but it's sure as hell the one he needed. And I mean, this map is going to be a statement for Apex if he is able to keep up this ability.
Again, the CTs were close by, but as soon as MongolZ had them on the outside of that smoke, on Library, out in CT.
You are fucking insane! I want this main jump with you, boys! Let's go! Let's go, boys! Fucking get it, boys.
You can hear the ecstasy. It's a party over there for Vitality, keeping the energy up, and look at Apex go, 15-4.
Chance and Banana steps up to the test. A little bit delayed to put the smoke down. And so the recovery for the Mongols, again, just cheesing the side of these smokes, getting away with something, trying to head back towards middle.
I'd love to see the head-to-head between MongolZ and the A players, whoever it is. Robs, ZywOo, he's getting out there.
Oh God, roll this into momentum. ZywOo floating around Robs. This position gets spammed, and he's gonna get dinked in the process. Yeah, it's not nearly as comfortable. Rob's still able to get the double. And with the smoke in front, MongolZ opens. Bomb plant in the middle, and 910 has to cover. There's a good amount of health now this time, but he only has 2 kills on this third map. 910's performance is betraying him. The stars of the Mongols that got them here have bottomed out. It is now or never. 910 unable, and Vitality, there's their 9th. 12 rounds of play, 6 rounds of a lead, a major on the line.
Red Bull gives you wings.
За Монголоос хоёр смог.
And so it's a marked improvement out of the Vitality camp, but it is still in the back of their minds, the beast that they have to overcome. Knowing Inferno is where they have failed in Austin, if Vitality want to grab that crown jewel, they need to close this game, and they've got to do it against this crowd. Austin, the final half of your major begins.
You guys have done just as well as the players to make this feel amazing, maybe even better. Now Mongols look for a pistol to give themselves a fair shot at the comeback. That's what Blitz is hoping for. A chance to call rifle rounds. To show that they can match what Legacy and what MongolZ did to Vitality already at this event. A map that they have gone the distance on versus Vitality.
First and foremost, smoked off of Brackets. Brackets was such a key piece of the Mongols T side. For better or not, ooh, Blitz taking early damage. Might not bode well, but you've got Mdinho, and he's only gonna find his single kill. 9-10 up next, clean sweep of the site. Again, it is MongolZ to step up.
Oh, they absolutely ran through that, MongolZ. 16 and 8 off this 3K. 2 players left alive here for the Mongols.
Senzu takes a look towards Pit, and they will cut the head off this snake.
They're gonna
Vitality.
have to Bernie if they win this, man. Winning a 2v4 retake on the A side, it's unheard of.
Nobody slithering here for Vitality. They just lock into their corners. They allow the retake to come to them. Senzu gets another. Zyru's gonna close it. It may have been opened up by MongolZ, but it's Vitality stars to shut it down. Double digits in an instant.
They picked great spots. MongolZ came through, a player we've been talking about in highlight moments more than we ever have in his career. Somebody who, in his initiation to Vitality, was just their 5th best player. Just a guy who seemed like a great presence, who was decent at anchoring, but struggled to find that chemistry when Spinks was on the team. Now he has really blossomed. He takes control, he wins rounds by himself, he pulls out clutches, and we can see what he does with the pistols.
Gonna try to get aggressive through that smoke. Blitz actually gets killed on the fallback. This is Vitality with 2 MAC-10s, and this could be a quick one. MP9 into the apartments, just straight up taken down by Zywu. And what a beautiful moment this could be for the formula of Vitality, because we haven't had to say his name too often. 8 frags on this 3rd map as he watches his teammates move past him. Taking over versus the Mongols. They now sit pretty in a 5v3, and Vitality, with a wealth of experience, know how to avoid these sorts of mistakes.
Mongols may be a young team, but Vitality made moves to make their team younger too, and that was a risk at the time. A risk that has certainly paid off. These have become players that you can trust in any circumstances. Looking for a chip to finish their season. I'm sure it would almost feel like if they didn't win this, nothing mattered at all. But with this run, Vitality, this could be the best in 6 years that we've seen from any